Hi Tubies, here's Alexander again, and welcome to another video. As you can see, I have pre-painted here a Death Guard Space Marine, and I have blocked out all the colors in plain, simple colors here, a beige tone for the armor, browns and silvers, and all that kind of stuff. Well, why have I done this? Well, today we tackle the question if oil washes are the holy grail for painting. Well, what is an oil wash? This is an oil wash. You can also get some from AK Interactive, for example. Enamel colors are oil washes. For example, here Streaking Grime. This is a green variant. Then we have here one Winter Streaking. This is a grayish tone. Gray-green, as you can see here. I've painted it on the lid. And, well, the one that I have here, this is one I have made myself out of normal oil color and some of this here, Turpentinersatz or odorless turpentine substitute. But you can use normal turpentine, white spirit, or any kind of brush cleaner solvent for your oil colors to make an oil wash. It is basically like a normal citadel wash, just with oil colors instead of acrylic colors. And instead of the binding medium water, they have here, well, turpentine in this case. So, as you can see, this is a nice brown tone, and we will use that now here completely on this miniature. I have an old brush that I'm not really using for anything fancy, and so we will cover the entire miniature with this. Yes, the entire miniature, you heard me right. And don't be shy with using this, just blop it on like there is no tomorrow. We want it thick on there. Well, this coat will need several hours to dry. So, if you're planning on batch painting, yeah, that's a nice thing. But keep in mind, after applying this, this will take a long time to dry. Because, well, it's oil colors, and oil colors stay wet for a long time. But I hear you scream, aren't acrylic paints and oil washes and oil colors in general not compatible with each other? Well, if you paint on the oil color first and then acrylics on top, on a canvas, for example, the oil colors will dry slower than the acrylic colors, and this will get tension in the paint itself, and it will lead to ripples. But with this here, we are using an oil wash and not pure oil colors. This is absolutely no problem. You can cover it later with normal acrylic colors, just as if these colors were acrylic colors. So don't worry about it. So, also for cleaning purposes, you don't wash your brush after that in your normal water cup. Of course, you need to wash it in turpentine or other paint thinner mediums, like white spirit, for example. Yeah. So, we have covered the entire miniature now, and, well, this needs to dry. We see us in a second with the power of YouTube editing, but the next second will be maybe one day later. See you. So Tubies, there we are back, and as you can see, it's now 24 hours later, and the oil color is still a little bit moist and is removable by finger only, but well, it's dry enough. So, what we now need is this here, odorless turpentine substitute, or any other oil color solvents, like I said before. We fill a tiny little bit of that in a little cup. And now we need one of two things. A cotton tip or a makeup sponge. So both have their advantages and disadvantages. The cotton tip is a little bit more precise with a smaller tip than the makeup applicator, but it has the tendency to spread out and leave little fuzzies behind. So I show you both versions. Just dip it into the turpentine, and then we will start to remove now the oil wash from the top layers of the miniature. And as you can see, it clearly becomes clean on the areas we touch. And here you can see now how the cotton tip is fuzzing already because of here 2 or 3 spikes. So let's switch to the makeup applicator, and with that it's a way cleaner process with that one. So this method is a so-called reductive method because you're removing paint instead of applying paint. So normally with painting with washes, you well, apply the wash and then you add more color over on top of it. This way we are removing paint. So sometimes you can just wipe the cotton tip on a little bit of paper towel to clean it up a little bit more, and then we can continue cleaning our miniature. And you can take off as much or as little as you want. With that you have absolutely total control. The big advantage it has over normal washes is it won't leave any coffee stains behind when you're done. You can remove them all if you want. See how clean this foot is, but the recesses are still brown. That's what we want. Here we can leave a little bit more of the brown behind. It's totally up to you how much you want to clean. So the only downside to this is obviously, like I said before, the long waiting time. So after this cleanup process, I would normally set this miniature aside and leave it completely to dry, maybe for a week. Yes, you heard me right, for a week. It has still the tendency to be sticky and clingy for a long time. So it's not the super fast method for speed painting your army in a short amount of time. It's just for speed painting your army in a short amount of work time. When you have the miniature laying around and waiting for it to dry, you're not actually working on it. So there's no work for you involved, but yeah. So I guess this is about the point where I would stop with the removing. Maybe here a little bit more on the shoulder pad. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I hope you learned a little bit about using oil washes and removing them. And, well, we see us in the next video. You're Alexandra.